Ever pondered how two distinct quantities can find common ground in mathematics? Allow me to introduce you to the concept of proportions, a fundamental principle that establishes a relationship between two sets of quantities. At the heart of it, a proportion is an equation asserting that two ratios are equivalent. It's a simple yet profound idea that weaves its way through various areas of mathematics and everyday scenarios. To begin with, there are three primary ways to express proportions. First, we have the double colon. This method serves to emphasize the equivalence between two ratios. Consider the example 2, 6 as 4, 12. This proportion tells us that the relationship of 2 to 6 is the same as that of 4 to 12. Second, we have the equal sign. It's a familiar symbol that we use to establish equality between two ratios. Let's take an example here. 2 6 equals 4 12. This proportion communicates that the ratio of 2 to 6 is equivalent to the ratio of 4 to 12. Third, we introduce a variable to represent an unknown quantity in a proportion. If 2 apples cost $6, we can express the proportion as 2a equals 6, where A stands for the cost of a single apple. Now, where do we see proportions in action? Firstly, in simultaneous equations. Proportions frequently come to the rescue when solving systems of linear equations. By setting up proportions, we can eliminate variables and find solutions. Next, we have percents. Proportions lend a hand in converting between percentages and ratios. For instance, the proportion 10% equals 1/10 or 0.1 makes the conversion a breeze. In geometry, proportions are indispensable. They come into play when dealing with similar triangles, similar figures, and areas of similar figures. Finally, proportions find application in ratio and interval arithmetic, which involves comparisons between quantities. So, why are proportions significant? Well, understanding proportions is key to comprehending various mathematical concepts and solving problems that involve ratios and relationships between quantities. It's a versatile tool with applications in various fields, from mathematics, science, and engineering to economics. In a nutshell, a proportion is an equality of two ratios, expressed through a double colon, an equal sign, or a variable. It finds wide-ranging applications in simultaneous equations, percents, geometry, and ratio and interval arithmetic, and it underpins a host of mathematical concepts. So the next time you encounter two different quantities, remember, proportions could be the bridge that connects them.